cutting foreign debt load as gold windfall, fiscal tightening, and post-election stability bolster confidence. On trade, government prioritizes trade standards. Mahama said to launch enhanced TSI operations. So maybe very soon we won't buy with Olonka. You go and buy stuff in weights.
Thank God.
And in volumes.
Look, Professor Alex Dodu has been scratching his head over this for such a long time. He doesn't understand why Kinke in Teshi should be a different size from Kinke in Labadi.
So you go and buy 100 grams of Kinke across board.
Yeah.
Yes, so we don't use our hands to measure the Kinke.
No. You get your money's worth.
And we don't weigh it like this.
No.
Like when you're buying watermelon, you have to beat it, and throw it like.
What standard authority process is that?
So government prioritizes trade standards. Mahama said to launch enhanced TSI operation on petroleum. Cosmos Energy pledges $2 billion investment in petroleum sector. Cocoa processing company at Crossroads shut down, exit or turn around. That's the big question on the front page of the BNFT. And MTN delivers strong growth and profitability in Q1 despite macroeconomic pressures. We're also told that Priority Insurance has a new MD. Congratulations to him. Now I go to the Daily Graphic. Disallowed expenditure. Auditor General recovers 12.7 billion Ghana cedis. Kojo, 12.7 billion Ghana cedis. We need to look into this and see where the recoveries came from, who were the culprits in this particular case, and what we are putting in place to prevent that from happening in future. Wow. Free passport delivery service commences and resolve Ghana-Togo maritime dispute. This is Major General Kotia. We've resolved the Ghana-Cote d'Ivoire one, and Major General says we should resolve that of Togo. Now, if you go to the Ghanaian Times, there's a photo of the Energy Minister, Minister of Energy and Green Transition. Cosmos pledges $2 billion investment in Ghana's petroleum sector, according to the Energy Minister. I spoke in the USA about this particular issue. And Scale Up Soko project to benefit more communities. This is stakeholders and government committed to completing the Buankra Inland Port project. Prof. Jampo is speaking on that. Now I'll take you to some other newspapers. The Custodian has the biggest story on social media over the weekend. It says money swine. Sammy Gyamfi sprays dollars on flashy Agrada.
Oh God. Imagine. So if you've never seen the video and you hear this or you read this headline, will you not imagine that he basically stood somewhere and was throwing the dollars at the
dollars rain on thunder?
Hey!
So I got that standard. And so from somewhere, God's favor somewhere, raining dollars on Agrada.
Oh, I love it.
And the sound is boom, boom, boom. CDM slums Bahama over failure to scrap COVID-19 levy. Kojojai, let me read my headlines. Edubuahin's claims must be probed, Kojo Asante, and we are watching your moves on CJ. Commonwealth lawyers caution Mahama. And on this dollars issue, rain, lightning and sound. When it's raining and lightning strikes, sometimes you hear the sound before you see the lightning, right? Or you always see the lightning first before you hear the sound, because light travels faster than sound.
Yeah.
So in this case, Sammy Gyamfi gave money at a funeral, and the light traveled very fast to social media. This week we hear the sounds. Now let's go to the Today newspaper. PPP demands independent audit into all special operations expenditure of intelligence funds from 2019 to 2024. Good call by PPP. King promise crowned king at 26th TGMA, and Ghana's credit rating with witnesses upgrade from SD to CC+. Confusion and contradiction, the MPP's protest and the real agenda. This is also an article in the Today newspaper. Now the news center, CB to resume depreciation in 2025. This is SMP. Yes.
Resume depreciation. So back to normal service.
We find this. We won't agree. SMP, ANC.
There's just something unfortunate about the description there.
Yes, CD to resume.
They will resume. So basically, that's our normal business.
In late 2025.
Depreciation is our thing.
Usually around Christmas, there's a lot of demand for the forex to buy stuff to come and sell for Christmas. So around that time, but this one, the S&P, they like, NC. We'll all work against it. S&P raises Ghana's rating, propelled by debt restructuring. IMF deal goal surge. In one breath, you are raising our debt rating. And okay, maybe it's a caution that if you don't do the right things.
Look,
yeah,
there's a thing about the depreciation that I wonder if we should highlight. So, is it just because some people are doing some great things at Bank of Ghana, or could it also be because there is less trade happening? There is less importation happening. There are fewer government contracts being given out, which means the contractors have fewer jobs to do that will require them to import things to come and do these jobs. Like, could that also be a factor behind the the recent strengthening of the cedi? The fact that we are just not giving away dollars. We're not giving apart from Sammy. we're just not giving away the dollars. Could that be part of the reason?
Because if you look globally, if you look at the global market space, we can get data to show trade and where we are with trade. In fact, if you look at the fact that the major planting season up north and in most of the parts of the country is about happening and is happening, you then assume that we are bringing in a lot of seed and fertilizer, which means that if the Christmas trade drops around this time, the agric importation is increasing because we need the inputs. If you look at countries like Nigeria and other countries, their currencies are still struggling. So in Ghana, it would mean, or it could mean, that a lot of different things are getting together to get us here. What is important is for us to see the things we are doing right, improve upon them, and actually maintain this.
But also we need to understand what is transient about it.
Yes.
What is just a passing phase, so that we can mitigate against its reversal in the near future. Because this question I'm asking about, look, go to the market. Are people importing more now that the dollar is cheaper? Right? Are traders importing more? Because that's what you would expect.
Yeah.
It now costs fewer cedis to get a dollar.
We can pull all that data.
Yeah. So are they trading? Are they importing more? If they are not, then we need to ask ourselves: is this an artificial strengthening of the cedi, or is it a sustainable and real thing?
Anyway, let's go to some other newspapers. The Ghanaian Point, senseless lies. Felix Kwatro Fosu fires back at NPP over Mahama third term claims. IGP urges EC to resolve Ablekuma North stalemate to protect democratic integrity. And if I stop being a politician today, I'm going into ministry. This is Minority Leader Alexander Afenyo Markin. Now, the publisher says Magdan defends prime airport land issue. This issue also came up over the weekend. And Boankra project key on government agenda, GSA CEO. And CLA condemns CJ suspension. That's the Commonwealth Lawyers Association. The new publisher leads with Sammy Gyamfi. Sammy Gyamfi rains dollars on Agrada. NDC foot soldiers weep. And CDM tells Mahama to cancel COVID tax.
People seem so excited over this, like far more excited than I expected.
Is it excitement or outrage?
Well, yeah, there is some outrage in the system.
Yes.
So it makes me ask. I mean, because politicians do this. Oh, it's not new. But in his case, it's raised so many questions. Why?
Yes, in recent history, which politician has doled out a bundle of dollars to a very wealthy Agrada?
You see, that's the problem, eh? The recipient is also an issue.
Okay, so let's say he put the dollars in an envelope, white envelope, and gave it to Samuel Dame's pastor. Name any pastor. Would that have also caused this outrage?
I wonder.
But importantly, for a public servant like that, where does he get the money from, the dollars from? What's if you go to GRA to check his records, the taxes he files, what has he been filing? What revenues is he disclosing? What incomes is he disclosing to the state? And from his tax filings, from his asset register, if we do a proper audit of his lifestyle and his money matters, will it support the things we see of him?
These are all very fair questions. I suppose we should also be fair to him and acknowledge that he's not he's not been unemployed.
Okay.
You know, for his whole life. He is a lawyer.
Okay.
You know.
So he's had big cases?
Well, we don't know. We don't know. Or perhaps he's advised some big
he's
companies.
He's gone to court, won big cases.
It's
he's advised. I'm
yes,
coming.
It's
so
not only in court.
Yes. He has some big corporate clients.
You never
he's
know.
done some very big lobbying.
You never know.
And he filed his taxes accordingly.
We don't
to
know.
prove that he's making money legitimately.
We have no idea. What we do know is that he's not been unemployed. So it is not.
At least he's been a comms officer of the leading political party in the country.
He's not been unemployed.
And that pays so well.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
So GRA, FIC,
so what I'm saying is, let's be fair to him. Let's not ask the questions in a way that suggests that it's impossible for him to have an income.
Yes.
Let's just say that these are the ways to check whether indeed a person has an income commensurate to his lifestyle. Okay. These are the ways to check. So if somebody wants to check, that's how to do it, right? But it's not to say that Sammy Gyamfi in particular is unable to earn enough money to own some dollars.
Yeah.
I don't think we are saying that.
But you do have dollars.
Me, hey, see this crowd do I have?
You are only dollars. See
the new crowd is saying not dollar.
Anyway, so there's an update on the Sammy Gyamfi issue. The chief of staff has summoned Sammy Gyamfi over the viral cash gift to Agrada. That's the lead story on My Joy Online. And
I think that's expected, you know, because you know, the president really wants to keep a clean sheet. He it's not just whether someone has done wrong, but he always wants to demonstrate that he is pushing for right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it is within expectation that the chief of staff will want to find out more about this.